Yo, what's up guys, it's PJ here. What is up guys, it's PJ. Yo, what's up guys, it's PJ here. Yo, what's up guys, it's PJ here. Yo, what's up guys, it's PJ here. Back again with another PJ here. Back again with another Call of Duty video.
See someone in a gunfight. It's just an automatic kill.
Hi, I'm Peter Rodriguez. I am 19 years old. I am a film major and a baseball player. But in the gaming world, they call me PJ. So I started playing Call of Duty when I was 13. My friends convinced me to buy an Xbox 360 and Black Ops 2. During that time, I wasn't really serious about video games. I just wanted to have fun. Until me and my friends found these YouTubers named MIIZT, Rain, Dirty. What they did was show clips of them sniping and spinning around and hitting these quad feeds. Me as a viewer wanted to do the same thing. That just seems pretty cool, and then you just put a whole bunch of clips together. I started my YouTube channel in 2015. I just showed clips, really poor edited. I didn't really like it. Well, obviously everybody has to start somewhere, right? Sadly I had to stop because of baseball. I had to stop because that's my main priority. After I graduated back in 2019, I bought an Xbox One and bought MW. The first 4 weeks playing MW, I was still good at the game. I didn't realize that I still had an enemy. And then the rest is history after that.
Get ready, we're about to move. UAV ready.
But right now, I'm in kind of a slump. Especially in 2021, everyone wants to be a YouTuber, TikToker, streamer. Everybody's trying their guts out, putting the same videos every day. And then there's me. With a channel of 251 subscribers, they seem to enjoy it. They really like how unique I put in my videos, how much effort I put in my videos, but I'm still getting the same views back in 2015. I need to know what's the grind like to be at the top. And this is why I'm making a documentary about it. So, Call of Duty. War game, first-person shooter game, objective-based. Basically, everyone knows what Call of Duty is. Through the first 4 years, everybody started playing the game normally. Just see a person and shoot at them. But in 2007, some guy named Zergriz decided to take a sniper and just no-scope people. Once he posted it on YouTube, he changed the whole game. As the years go by, the sniper community decided to use a sniper aggressively. Quad feeds, collaterals, making people mad that normally play the game. If you're an army and wondering why do people like watching this, honestly, I don't know. For example, the quad feed. If a sniper gets 4 kills rapidly and sees their name on the kill feed, it's just so satisfying to watch. Especially how the player uses his ability to know where people are and just kills them like instantly. And now everyone wants to be a YouTuber, streamer. Yeah, I can't blame them. But now it's just really hard to stand out. And I just need answers. So I hit up someone.
So obviously my name is Nathan. I've been going by MIIZT for about 10-11 years now, which is weird to think about. Almost half my life at this point, I think. And I make Call of Duty videos on YouTube.
During those years, how much do you progress as a creator? Like, did you learn anything along the way?
Yeah, I mean, so specifically for YouTube, over the years, I would say, you know, every day almost you're using editing softwares. As far as like, I think confidence-wise as well, you know, like I grew up in school, again, doing all this stuff in school, but it was always a small thing I keep to the side. And as I got older, as I started getting more into it with the personality stuff, I could speak to people a lot easier, I think, because of that.
I'm doing YouTube. I started a year ago. I want to like show other people like me, because you said you were a shy kid. So like, did you just keep on practicing it like over and over again to just get used to like not getting nervous?
That's pretty much what it was. I think it starts off with, you know, in the beginning for us, it was like, okay, so you're good at the game, then you start to implement your voice, so people start to actually hear what you sound like, because, you know, you're behind the screen, nobody knows who you are, what you look like, all that stuff. And then, yeah, so they hear the voice, make commentary style videos. That was a thing back in the day. And then obviously it exploded a bit more. So if you want to start seeing the face, like put a face of the gamer tag or the face of the YouTube name they're watching.
You said school and everything. I know you're doing different stuff, but back then, how was scheduling for you?
Dude, scheduling, even to this day, it's always been up and down with school, with work, all this stuff. But with schoolwork, sometimes the times would be shortened of like how much time I put into schoolwork, because I just wanted to be focused on this, and I was always just loving all of this. Even with high school friends, like, you know, they'd want to go out and play football or do whatever it was, you know, go for a drink, whatever the case is, and you just want to be more involved with this because this is the passion, you know. So in that sense, I had to sacrifice some stuff scheduling wise for that, to do this thing. So I think in a sense I might have missed out on certain experiences, opportunities when I was younger, you know, that in a sense it sucks looking back at it, but you know, I have no regrets, you know, because this is what I love to do. So
Yeah, how did your family feel about this? Do you like talking about this?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it now, but I think when I was younger, like I remember this one time I would, you know, bro, I would be going to bed so late and going to school with like blacked out eyes. You know, the teachers would start calling home like, "What's going on with Nathan? You know, what's wrong with him?" But so they started to catch on a bit, like, okay, he's spending a bit too much time on the Xbox. Let's kind of take it away from him. And he was arguments a little bit here and there. But I mean, obviously, as I got older and had more opportunities to do this a bit more, like quote unquote seriously, like flying to places or joining orgs and whatnot, they kind of like eased off a bit, and like they're like, okay, this is what, you know, this is what he wants to do. Let's kind of sit back a bit and let him do his thing.
Social media reflect on your like gaming skills, I guess you can say, or like your YouTube? What?
I mean, social media is so I think social media for our circle of people, like I guess I'll put you in that same circle, like us gamers or whatever, right? If we're doing something impressive or we're just making content, I think people just can gravitate towards like, all right, what this person's doing is cool, like that's awesome, whatever, let's support this, let's like speak to this person. It's like a circle of people. But once you reach to like the broader section of social media, when it's like we call them like normies, like the regular people, like they kind of, I feel like, look down on gaming and all this stuff.
Trust me, I know those normies.
Yeah.
We all know those bad comments, whatever, the hate, whatever. Yeah. What is you as a creator want to tell like me, like how to deal with that stuff?
Most of the time, what people need to realize, because I started realizing this for myself, is, bro, if you take a step back and you look at all the comments you get or all the interactions you get, I guarantee you like 90% of them, maybe 95, 99% is positive. And it's like those small negative comments, they affect you because it's not what the norm is, which the norm is positivity usually. But I think once you start to like think of like, okay, this is just the person behind the screen, I don't know them, they don't really know me, let me just focus on the good people and all this positive energy, I think you can have a clearer mind about it. I think focus on the negative stuff, bro, it can mess you up, little comments, because it happened to me. Like, you'll have a tweet blow up or it reaches an audience that's outside of your circle of people, and they'll start saying all this and that. But you just gotta, again, take a step back, bro. Just appreciate the people that you have supporting you, and just block them, mute them, whatever the case is. I started doing that more, and honestly, my experience on social media is a lot better because of that. Just stop blocking people, muting them. It's a lot better, trust me.
Those bad comments, I just feel like they just want attention too. They just want attention.
Dude, that's what it is, bro. Bigger people, like, they'll reply to a negative comment and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, like I'm just a fan," or whatever the case is, you know. Maybe not with me because I'm not big, but
no,
yeah, I've seen it happen.
I feel that way though. As you like 10 years, right? you've been a content creator? Like, that's a long time. I want to know, like, the key of, like, getting more viewers, because, you know, pretty much everybody's making the same content. And, like, you see people, like, how come this guy is getting a whole bunch of views and then I'm pretty much making the same content, but I'm getting barely any views?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, we talk about this amongst ourselves all the time. Like, how do we get the numbers up? Because I feel like a lot of us have also, like, plateaued, or, you know, something happens. And for YouTube specifically, I think it's the algorithm. Everyone always talks about this algorithm. As hard as it is to explain, because in the scene that we're in, it feels like everything's been done. So you have to figure out ways to keep people watching. I think that's what helps push views higher, is how do you keep people watching? That's what YouTube prefers. So I'd say you have to, like, think outside the box as much as you can, because essentially we all do the same thing. We all have the same platform, the same game, but you have to think of outside the box. All right, how can I switch some things up to keep someone interested in me, or keep someone interested in how I play the game, whatever the case is? Because if you think of it so, like, two-dimensionally, it can really get boring. It can really get stale. So it's very tough. There's no, like, sure answer for sure.
Yeah, no offense to you guys, but I always see the same thumbnail in every video,
dude,
and it's the same
we
video.
talk about that a lot. Yeah,
and, like, I'm like, dude, how is that possible? How you guys do this every time?
It's hard because the thing is, like, I think what happens with YouTube, especially with thumbnails, it happens with gamers, it happens with vloggers, whatever, you know, all types of genres. People usually look at who's the biggest person doing it and why does it work for them. And if it works for them, maybe it could work for us. Like, it happened, for example, you know, Rhyme. Ryan was trying out different thumbnails, and he went back to a style that Swag was using, for example, and the video did a lot better. Like, every video Ryan makes is amazing, for example, and the one time he just switches up the thumbnail, you know, the content could be the same level of content. It's one time he switches up the thumbnail, follows the trend, whatever the case is, it does good. So it's essentially like, you want to be your own unique person, and we all think of, like, all right, let's do this style, let's switch it up, but you switch it up, bro, and then the views drop. And it's what we figured out is, once you essentially get to that level where you can have that freedom to be more unique, then you take that opportunity and you become more unique. But I think, as scummy as it is, sometimes people have to follow a trend to develop that initial amount of people watching to then switch it up. It's kind of 50-50.
Like, just hitting clips is fine, but it's like, you can basically see, like, 10 channels of that, and then you can just go off.
Yeah.
Doing that stuff is hard too, because people are like, bro, just show the clips. I don't want to see your face, and then that's the
See, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I think that comes to the thumbnail thing. Like, you follow a trend until you have that audience that's there for you, and then you switch it up to whatever you're gonna try.
Is it harder to stand out how it did a few years ago?
I think definitely, because I think it's harder to stand out now more so than others, because, again, we just talked about this right now, technically, like, this style of videos. But on top of that, bro, you got to think, when you were maybe like 6-7 years down the line, or, you know, a while ago, you could be average and kind of get away with it. If you were average and you had, like, you just spoke a little bit in a commentary style, people would be attracted to it because there's not that many people doing it. But then obviously those people got big and they influence more people get involved, and more people want to try it out, and it's just like a snowball effect. So it becomes a huge pool of people that want to compete, you know, against each other. Like, as much as you don't want to see it as competition, it is competition. So I think it is tough to stand out, but it's not impossible. Not at all. There's still a lot of space.
Cause I see it social media everywhere. Like, there's always a new person. I'm like, who's this person? Like,
dude,
I never met this person.
Bro, even TikTok, like, I think TikTok right now is the biggest social media for pushing people from, you know, 0 followers to 100,000 followers, because the For You page or whatever it is so good. It's so good for small creators.
So is joining teams worth the exposure?
If you asked me this question 5 years ago, I would say 100% yes. Like, if you didn't join a team, if you didn't have, like, a name backing you, it was like you were essentially like a nobody. Like, that's how it was back then. But I think now, bro, you can really get away with just being you, know, having a group of friends and making content together or whatever the case is, and still make a name for yourself. Like, a good example of that is Swag. Like, you know, Swag joined FaZe now, but before FaZe, he was in no teams, did none of that, and then obviously came to a huge point where he got signed to FaZe, and now his friends are being put on by him. So you don't need to be in these smaller teams to make something of yourself. I think if you utilize multiple social medias, Twitch, TikTok, all that stuff, again, you can still make something for yourself without a team. But it doesn't help. I mean, sorry, it doesn't negatively affect you to join.
On that topic, if people do want to join, because I know you join a lot of teams like Red,
Yeah, I've been in a couple.
Soar, down the list, so many lists.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know any like advice that teams want to like see out of like players?
The one piece of advice that I have for anyone joining these teams, because I've been in the position with Red where I needed to recruit players, and the one thing we look at, bro, is diversification of social medias. Like, cool, like you can do this on YouTube, sick, but can you stream? Are you a streamer as well? Can you do this live? Or TikTok now, I guess, is a new thing, especially for Saw. I know Zephy talks about it a lot, but can you create, short 30-second pieces of content that just hits? Can you do that? And if you can do all these three things, and if you're somehow, if you have the schedule to manage all three things, that just shows you want it. And if you're good at that, at doing all that stuff, and you're also good at what you do, then I think you have a lot better chance than somebody who's solely only doing YouTube.
And I guess this is gonna be our wrap up. Is YouTube worth it? What'd you say?
Listen, I think YouTube, if you get into it for the right reasons and you enjoy making videos, you enjoy being in front of a camera, let's say, or doing whatever, if you enjoy it and it's a hobby, yes. But there are people that nowadays, obviously, Ninja is big, or all these streamers are huge. They'll get into it with a mindset of like, okay, this is going to be my job. It's cool to have that mindset of like, I'm going to dedicate this many hours to act like it's my job already, to, put those hours in. But if you go into it thinking, okay, I need to make this my job, well, it can go south pretty fast, because people can see through. I think people can see through like a fakeness. But if you're being yourself and truly, again, enjoy making videos, I think definitely it's worth it. And why not? You can do it part-time, you can do it full-time. You just never know when your time's gonna come. I say it's worth it.
After the interview with MIIZT, it got me realizing that this is just like a lottery ticket. Once you post that video with the thumbnail, you're standing out there against so many people. And you have to be lucky that it gets in the recommended, trending, or whatever. You're gonna pop off and people are gonna continue to support you. But the only problem is you have to be consistent with your stuff. That's the truth. You can be the greatest player, but if you don't know how to edit, speak, or like even communicate with other fans, you're not gonna be the biggest one on the platform. And for me, the editing's there, the clips are there. I just had to focus on the social media part. I had to post on TikTok now, which I have. I had to post more on Twitter. It's really hard. Look at MIIZT, for example. He's been doing this for 10 years. And some people have it less, but they just get lucky. So if you're a guy out there that's thinking you can do this, just remember that you consistently have to work on your stuff. But to end it off is just to have fun. I know things can be stressful and that stuff, but you just have to have fun with it. At the end of the day, you're playing a video game with the audience. Be yourself. It's Peter Rodriguez, aka PJ, and I'm out.